What is the difference between thesis and dissertation? Welcome back. You're just in time for something awesome. Today we learn about what is the difference between thesis and dissertation. And before dive in, if you need good help into more understanding about it, a genius writer, a brainy tutor, or a data analyst, Intudo for you has them all. It's like having a research dream team on demand. So visit it right now. And if you are new here, then subscribe now for more amazing video just like that. So, you're about to write a thesis or a dissertation, and let's be honest, it can feel like you're staring up at this huge mountain, right? A blank page can be pretty intimidating. Well, that's where we're here for. Think of this as your map, your step-by-step guide to get you from that scary blank page all the way to a finished bound paper. So, here's the plan. This is our roadmap for the journey. We're going to start by figuring out what we're even building, thesis or dissertation. Then, we'll lay out a solid blueprint for your research. After that, it's all about gathering your materials, then actually structuring your argument, and finally, putting on that all-important final polish. See, totally manageable. Okay, first things first. What are we actually talking about here? You hear the words thesis and dissertation thrown around all the time. And you know what? They can mean very different things depending on your degree and even where in the world you're studying. So, let's get that sorted out right now. This is the question, isn't it? The one every grad student wonders about. Is it just a different word for the same thing? Well, not quite. The real difference really boils down to the size and the main goal of your project, and that's tied directly to what degree you're going for. Okay, check this out. This table breaks it all down so clearly. Just look at how everything scales up as you go from an undergrad paper to a master's, and then a PhD. The word count, the goal, your level of independence, it all grows. An undergrad project is about showing what you've learned. A master's asks you to add something to the conversation, but a PhD, that's about presenting truly original research. The big takeaway here is you have to know the expectations for your degree. It changes everything. If you find any stressed about its understanding, just explore Intudo for you for personalized guidance and support on your journey. Our expert guides are here to help you every step of the way. Just visit and start your path to success. Alright? Just like you wouldn't build a house without a blueprint, you can't just dive into writing a massive academic paper. Trust me, just jumping in as well, it's a recipe for disaster. Your research blueprint is all about planning, and it's built on these two key ideas, your theoretical and your conceptual frameworks. So what's this theoretical framework? Think of it as the bedrock. You know, the solid ground your whole project is built on. These are the big established theories from the giants in your field. You're not starting from scratch here. You are literally standing on the shoulders of the researchers who came before you. And this is where it gets really interesting, because this slide shows the difference perfectly. The theoretical framework on the left, that's the established science, the stuff you've learned. But the conceptual framework on the right, that's you. That's your unique model, your specific map of what you're going to investigate. This is where your own original thinking really starts to take shape. So all this planning, it all leads to this one critical thing, your research question. This question is your North Star for the entire project. And it has to tick all these boxes. I mean, is it even researchable? Can you actually find an answer? Is it feasible with the time and resources you have? And it needs to be specific, relevant, and original. A great question here makes everything that follows so much easier. Okay, blueprint check. Now, it's time to gather the building materials. This part is all about your methodology. It's the how of your research. How exactly are you going to answer that amazing research question you just came up with? This is where you lay out all the tools and the steps you're going to take. And right away, you've got a pretty big choice to make. Are you going to go quantitative or qualitative? Basically, are you dealing with numbers and stats to answer questions like how many? Or are you exploring ideas and experiences with words to answer questions like why? Your research question will usually point you in the right direction. Let's be real. You're probably not going to be able to study every single person in your target group, right? So, you need a smaller group, a sample. But how do you pick them fairly? That's where probability sampling comes in. It's all about making sure everyone in the big group has a fair shot at being included, which means your results are more likely to be accurate for everyone. And you've got a few different ways to do this. A few tools in your toolkit. Simple random sampling is literally like pulling names out of a hat. Other methods, like stratified or cluster sampling, are a Bit more complex, but can be super useful for big populations. The main goal, no matter what, is to avoid what's called sampling bias, where your results get skewed because your sample wasn't chosen fairly. Alright, we've got the blueprint, we've got the materials. Now, it is time to build. This section is all about putting the pieces together, chapter by chapter, to create a strong, logical argument that leads your reader right from your opening question to your final powerful point. Now, this structure right here, it's the gold standard for a reason. It just works. It tells a story. The intro sets the stage. The literature review tells the reader what's already known. Methodology explains what you did. Results show what you found. Discussion explains what it all means. And the conclusion, well, it wraps it all up with a nice bow. Okay, pay attention here because this is a spot where a lot of students get tripped up. The difference between the results and the discussion chapters. The easiest way to think about it is what versus so what. The results chapter is just the what. What did you find? It's just the facts, the raw data. The discussion chapter, that's the so what. So what does it all mean? Why does it matter? This is where you really get to show off your brain power. So, the house is built, right? The walls are up, but you're not done yet. Now comes the final polish, the editing, the proofreading. This is what takes a good draft and turns it into a professional, polished piece of work. Seriously, do not rush this part. And yeah, we have to talk about the elephant in the room, AI. It's the question on everyone's mind with tools like ChatGPT out there. Can you just get a machine to write this thing for you? Well, the answer is it's complicated. And if you do it wrong, the consequences can be pretty serious. So, let's just get this out of the way. Using AI to just write your paper for you, it is a huge risk, a really, really bad idea. You're risking plagiarism. You're risking just plain wrong information, and you're missing the whole point, which is developing your own insights. Plus, universities are getting really good at spotting AI written text. It's not worth it. But that doesn't mean you can't use it at all. This is how you use it the smart way. Think of AI as your super smart assistant. Use it to brainstorm ideas, to summarize a really dense article, or to help you rephrase a sentence you're stuck on. It can be an amazing tool for grammar and proofreading, too. It's a partner, not a replacement for your own brain. And please, please do not skip this last step, the final human proofread. After all the software and all the tools have done their thing, take a break. Then print your paper out. Yes, on actual paper, and read it. Trust me, after staring at a screen for months, your own eyes will catch things a machine just won't. Look, at the end of the day, this paper is so much more than just a box you have to check for a degree. It's the culmination of years of your hard work. Thanks for watching.